So Be'ez Hashem Siman Ayin Tes and haGuela. This is a short siman. He's going to speak about the influence of the newspapers. The other, and by the way, in these past few simanim, he's speaking about what caused Gedolei Ador to paskin wrong when it came to Zionism. So, or to take the wrong point of view, or at least to keep silent. So he says one of the reasons is the newspapers. Which
newspapers were he referring to?
Yeah, I don't know.
Orthodox or Jewish press?
Probably both.
Which Orthodox newspapers were around then?
There was the Yiddish newspapers, the Morgen Journal.
That was Orthodox?
It was not. It was somewhat Orthodox, yeah, I guess a little bit. There was another paper that the Satmar bought. They're Yid, right? It used to be in the secular paper, and the Satmar Kahila bought it up.
The Yid used to be secular?
I think so, or maybe it used to be. No, I think it used to be Orthodox, but not Chassidish, not Satmar.
Like Jewish press type?
Yeah, maybe. And they bought it out and they changed it to Sender Deutsch. Anyway, there's another sickness that causes the lowly state of the generation, that causes everyone to be caught up in the net of the Zionists. That the whole world is deriving their nourishment, they're deriving their knowledge and their hashkafa from the papers, from the newspapers,
today's internet,
which are today's internet, full of words of heresy and kfira. Now, the internet is a little different because everybody could publish whatever they want. At least in those days, you had to get into the newspaper. Someone had to have power.
So that makes internet worse because it's like uncensored.
It's both worse and better. It's worse because anybody could put up something, but it's better also because anybody could put up something. So even the good people could put something up.
But anybody could access whatever they want. The newspapers,
Yeah, it's bad for the purposes of kids and chinuch and all
that.
Not
only kids, but everything.
Yeah.
This book came out a few years ago called Hidden Heretics.
Yeah.
It's from the subtitle something about the people, like people who look from on the outside, but they spend the whole day on the internet.
Oh right, yeah.
You heard of that book?
No, not the book, but that's accurate. Yeah, I mean, talking about Yiddishkeit and kfir in general. Yeah, it's true. All right, yeah. Umachnisim Adam Tuma, Machnisim Eres Tuma Hatzionis Belibois Bnei Israel. But in those days, to be in the newspaper, you had to own a newspaper, which means you had to have money, and not everybody could publish what they wanted, and therefore, who controlled the newspapers? The Zionists. So these people were Machnisim Eres Tuma Hatzionis Belibois Bnei Israel. They were putting the heresy of the poison of Zionism into the hearts of the Jewish people. Yodim uvelo yodim, knowingly or unknowingly, and this is the same today, right? All the papers are full of Zionism. Umilvad
even the today's Yid is the same garbage.
Umilvad mashakol hoitonim ve'aradio mafitzim minus to kfira. Besides the fact that the newspapers and the radio are spreading heresy, divrei shachatz v'nibul peh, and things that are disgusting. And nibul peh, v'chol davar aser, milvad zois heim kulam oimdim tachas hashpas lachatz hatzionim. So besides the fact that they're bad in general, in terms of Yiddishkeit, but they're bad in terms of Zionism too.
So was he also referring to the New York Post, New York Times?
I don't know.
Alan Eller, I think he quotes this. He quotes
this piece, right? Referring to what? Does he say what?
He said he's the protocols pro. He's saying the Zionists own everything. The media.
Oh, I see. Okay. They're all under the pressure of the Zionists. The Zionists have the power to change the opinion of the people to whatever they want.
When he says Jews and non-Jews, or just Jews?
Yeah, I don't know if he's talking about non-Jewish newspapers here. I don't know. He doesn't say that. I don't think it's likely the Rebbe meant the non-Jewish newspapers, because they don't.
That's how Alan Adler interprets this.
Yeah, but I don't. I don't know if I agree. I think the Rebbe, I don't think he would call them Zionists if they were non-Jews, because they wouldn't have any like opinion.
But they are Jewish. The Salzburgers are the actual ones.
Right, but I'm saying the people who are from and they write newspapers and they're Zionists. That's what he means. He doesn't mean people who are totally like no shaykhs to Yiddishkeit. Anyway, v'heim atzmam einam misbaishim mizeh. He says they themselves, the Zionists, aren't even embarrassed to say it. Kasher kvar hoidu b'pfumbe. They already admitted openly in public, uvegali, sheruba deruba shal aweitonim shal kol ha'olam. Oh, okay, so maybe he does mean the non-Jewish. He says, they say that most of the newspapers in the entire world, nimsarim lahashposeim, are under their influence. That's how they're able to spread their ideas without any interference. With their smooth tongues, marin temunos mavhilos shel sheker. They show shocking pictures, shel sheker v'chazav. They are totally made up, false pictures, shaloi haya v'loi nivru, that wasn't created, wasn't there, didn't exist. Uv'sheker hanoira yordim l'chadrei beten. And with this lie, they go into the deepest parts of everybody's stomach. In other words, they make everybody feel emotionally identifying with them. And that's, in general, that's true. The Zionists are very good at getting their message out to the world. It took a very, very long time before any opposite view was ever put into the mainstream media against Zionists. Mm-hmm. From the beginning, there was Leon Uris, Exodus, and there was the Times, and all the newspapers all supported them up to a certain point. Now it's a little different. Now they became more liberal and they don't support the Zionists. But even now they support them, but they just don't support them in the most extreme form anymore. All right. They're the ones who they go astray and they cause others to go astray in the entire generation. They're the ones who bring them to this matzav of being on the Zionist side and all these things. It's no wonder that people follow their opinions, their false opinions, and they just agree, they just accept anything that comes out of their mouths without thinking twice, without having to question what they're hearing.
Did you hear about the Pegesu